Sam Sorbo here for the Accidental Homeschooler. Welcome. Today, we're going to talk about the U.S. Constitution. I had Doug Scheidegger message me, I think on Facebook, and he asked about the U.S. Constitution. I think I put it out there, what would you like to have me talk about? He said, nobody understands its meaning and power. Boy, ain't that the truth. So I'll just briefly say, we've all enjoyed sort of watching those silly videos with the kids on spring break and they don't know who the president or the vice president or they don't know the Secretary of State or they don't know how many branches of government. They don't know what the branches of government do. I always find those videos so horrifying, so disconcerting. These people vote. They vote and they have no idea what job they're filling. Does it make sense? Like, when a candidate runs for office, they are applying for a job. And we are hiring them to work for us. Are we actually evaluating candidates on that merit, on that basis, on those merits? I'm thinking we aren't. I mean, maybe I've got it wrong, but I think that, I don't think we are. So how do you teach the U.S. Constitution? How do you teach it? It's funny. You teach it the same way you teach the Bible. Well, how do you teach the Bible? Yeah, there's a really good book for that. It's called the Bible. So how do you teach the U.S. Constitution? First thing you do is pull it out and read it. Yes, I know, it's written in cursive, but it's only like, I don't know, it's a very short document. We've read it several times through. I can't remember exactly how long it is. You just read it through. And then, there are parts that don't make sense. So go get an annotated version. So go get some literature that explains the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And then you go and you research the individuals who created those two documents. You do some research on them. You read about them. How does anybody pursue history? You read about the people that created it. How do you pursue the history of a document that is so important? And it is important. It is ultimately important because it is the thing that secures your freedom, secures your prosperity. If you own anything right now, Constitution is the only thing standing in the way of your thing and the government. So you ought to know the Constitution and you ought to teach it to your kids. The Declaration of Independence was, and I meant to go to the Bill of Rights, but I said Declaration of Independence. Declaration of Independence, precursor to the Constitution, phenomenal document. Phenomenal. You should read it all the way through. You'd be surprised what's in there about slavery, in fact, against slavery, in fact. And of course, now we're teaching our kids through the 1619 Project that the United States was basically founded on slavery. Nothing could be farther from the truth. We were founded as an objection to the enslavement to Britain. In fact, if you get my book, which is right there, they're your kids. There's a part in there that I go into the history and the fact that the original drafting of the Declaration had in it language that was vehemently anti-slavery. And the southern states refused to go along because they saw the writing on the wall and they're like, we're not signing that. You need to clean that up a little bit. Sounds a little too close to home. So they did. But you can, and for that reason, you cannot say that this nation was simply founded on slavery. Yes, there were slavers who were part of the founding of the nation. There are bad people that are involved in everything. They just, who knows how they get in there? They get in there. We've got bad people in our government right now. But you're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater, as they say. So, and then that brings me to the Bill of Rights. And do a little bit of digging. Do not go to Wikipedia. Wikipedia is biased. Let's just put it that way. It's biased. it's it's a place to maybe just get a start, like, so you can see, maybe you'll find some links there. But do not take the word of Wikipedia for just, but as gospel. Don't do that. So the Bill of Rights, highly contested, fought back and forth, and eventually we got it, thankfully, because we're seeing right now how easy it is for the government to just sweep it aside. Oh, pandemic, Bill of Rights, be gone. I can do that with the magic wave of my COVID wand. I mean, it's crazy. So absolutely right now. In fact, I would urge every family right now, do what we call a unit study. Do a unit study on the founding of this nation and surprise yourself. And tomorrow I'm going to talk about one of the monuments that is closely adhered to the founding of this nation, that's so important and so wonderful. And by the way, when you start to delve into this unit study, there's lots of things that are available online. Movies, documentaries, drive-by history is a fun one for younger kids. Lots of fun. They handle a lot. Let's see, David Barton does fantastic history stories about the founding of the United States, miraculous origins of the United States. It's all in there. So it is a great story to tell, and you can check history off on your little curriculum chart that you want. And it's important. It's important to know. It's important for your kids to know. It's important for you to know. So, Constitution, Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights, all three of those documents, very, very important. All right, that's it for me. samsorbo.com. All the links are listed below. Please subscribe. Also, go get your friends to come join us next time, okay? We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.